Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. Alright guys, so let's talk about a situation. If you guys have one of these older Suburbans, one of these Chevys, older Chevys, and the situation is essentially a crank. It'll crank and it'll start up for a second and it'll die out on you, and it's a super sporadic thing. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens sometimes. And in this situation, a lot of people actually think that it might be the starter that's the problem. Maybe the starter's about to go out, or let's just say there's a lot of different scenarios, troubleshooting scenarios for this issue, right? It could be the battery, it could be the battery terminals being dirty, it could be your starter having issues. It could be so many things. But I'm gonna give you guys a fix for this, and this fix is if you guys have these certain conditions as far as issues with your Chevy is concerned. So basically, A, it's gonna be sporadic. B, you're gonna have this issue where you try to start it, it'll probably start up for a second and then it'll die out. In this situation, it gets misdiagnosed by a mile. This is one of those things that get misdiagnosed by a mile, and one of these situations where you just probably will have issues getting it diagnosed, even with professional mechanics, or even if you go to the dealership, they'll probably have issues with this. But I'm going to show you guys a picture of this, all right? Look at this picture. If you guys have this situation, and in this situation, if you guys knock on the top of the cover, close to where the ignition is, just knock on it, and it starts. When you start up, it starts, and it'll keep on running. And you might just have to do that every once in a while. Just knock on the top of it. And it's one of those things where if you guys checked out everything and your suspicion is probably it might be the ignition, it might be the ignition cylinder, it might be the ignition switch, it might be one of those things, because you probably went through the whole entire cycle of just trying to diagnose it, but can't quite get an answer to what your problem is. And this is for older Chevy vehicles, particularly Chevy Suburbans. What you guys want to do is, and this is, I wouldn't say it's a manufacturing defect. I would probably say that it's one of those situations where with age, certain plugs and wires, they get loose or they get brittle, or at the time they start getting loose. And this is one of those situations. All right, guys, look at this picture. This is a plug inside. Well, it's not inside. This is a plug that plugs into the ignition cylinder. All right, guys, look at this picture. There's an arrow there. All right, that portion of it gets loose over time. It gets loose over time, and what happens is it causes this situation. Now, I'm not saying that your problem is probably this, the cause of your problem is probably this, but this is one of the causes of the problems. If you have these sets of conditions where you try to start it, it starts up and it dies out, and it's very, very sporadic. Obviously, with a situation like this, you're probably going to be looking at so many things as far as trying to troubleshoot is concerned. Most people think that's the starter, and what they'll do is they'll throw parts at it, they'll change up the starter. Now, how you guys know that this isn't a starter is basically you guys can actually bump the starter from the relay just to see whether it's the starter that has issues or not. Now, generally speaking, you could have, theoretically speaking, you could have a starter with loose cables over time, but that's very doubtful. Most of the times with age, what happens is you get rust on the wiring, and unless that starter was taken out and it wasn't tightened up correctly. If it's the original starter and it's tight, there's a good chance that it's probably not like loose wiring, which I've heard from time to time from people saying that, you know, they have these issues with their vehicle starting because of some wiring that was loose, wiring to the solenoid, wiring to the main post of the starter. And in this situation, if you guys figure out it's not the starter itself that's the problem, if you guys figure that it's not the fuel system, and I'm pretty sure in this situation you guys are probably thinking it could be the fuel system because it starts up for a second and it dies out. Maybe the fuel pump's weak, maybe the fuel pump, the fuel filter is clogged up or something like that. Also, it could be a bunch of various different things, like maybe the security, the security remote on the vehicle, your key, your fob key, some ECU glitch. But that's for you guys to figure out if you guys have this issue, because obviously you're gonna go down the whole entire list of things in this situation. If you guys can't figure out if that's the issue, then you guys definitely want to check out, take off the cover to where the ignition cylinder is, as you guys can see in the picture, and see if that plug is the problem. Now, if that plug is the problem, what you guys could do is you guys could go out and buy another plug. You guys could buy, or you guys could actually use some kind of plastic. Well, if you guys get into a situation where you guys actually tug on that plug and that plug is loose, it's not stable, it's loose, it's not seated in place all the time, you guys could actually get some kind of you know, you guys could DIY something to actually just put it in that plug to actually keep it from moving. All right, that's this is one of the main issues that could cause your problem if you guys have this set of issues. But in any case, you guys have your own personal experiences with this. Definitely leave a comment in the comment section. Please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up, all that good stuff. Hope this situation, this video has helped you guys out with your situation. I can't really say that, you know, your particular situation is caused by this problem, but there's a good chance it is, because there's a lot of different stories about this particular scenario, as far as it's a crank, it starts up and then it dies out. And if you guys hit the top of the cover, and I'm actually talking way too much in this video, but if you guys hit the top of the cover and it starts without a problem, that's one of the clues that this is something that's causing your issue. All right guys, take care.